The views and opinions expressed on this program do not reflect the company, owners, management, staff, clients, or partners.
It's Tuesday, the 23rd day of May 2023. Welcome to Bermuda's Daily Talk Show. It's the Daily Hour brought to you by the BAC Group of Companies, Medical House, and Lindos. I'm Jamal Hartman. She's Sancha Durham, and Tamara McHale will be with us in a bit to bring you the latest in her news break brought to you by People's Pharmacy. Sister Sancha, how are you this lovely Tuesday morning?
Good morning. I am great. I missed you yesterday.
Yeah, that happens. Yeah. Usually I get to hear about, weekends on Mondays and,
Wow. You were supposed to say I missed you too.
Oh, yes. I missed you too, Sister Sandra, girl. That's what I said I thought. No, I didn't say that. I'm getting better at this game. Oh, you know what else? I noticed you have braids in.
Jamal.
What?
Jamal, I've had braids in for a month. Jamal, what? I'm taking them out today.
This how I get in trouble, everybody. This how I get in trouble.
A month.
This how I get in trouble.
I can't stand you. Anyway, you want to hear about my weekend?
Yes. How was Maddox's weekend?
I had a really good weekend. So Friday night, I did nothing. I was like, I'm not doing anything. It was that type of night. Saturday, Summersfield had their spring fair, and I feel like it's the first one I've been to. And Nandi Otterbridge, she kind of spearheaded it, and it was amazing. She did an amazing job. And then from there, Maddox participated in the fastest kid on the rock.
You didn't tell us that.
I know.
Well, how are we supposed to support our nephew? If, like, audience, think about it. They had been up there with signs, go Maddox, and she didn't tell us. Like, just keeping secrets from us. But go ahead.
And he did good. So the preliminaries were on Saturday, and he got through. Nice. And then on Sunday we went to the main event, and my boy was nervous, but he did really, really well. He did
That's
good.
A boy. I just love how he's into so much. Like, he likes to do it. It's not like mama's just pushing him off to, he actually likes to do it. Like, and if you have a conversation with him, he's like, you're talking to a teenager. Like, he's so in tune with what he's talking about. But no, I'm glad he had fun. So you went to the track event then, obviously?
I did. And it was a really, really good event. And, I always come up here and I'm like, BTA, do better, and this, that, and the other. And it was an amazing event. And you know who dropped the ball on this one? Us. Oh. We did not give the attendance that we should.
Well, in fairness, there was this back and forth on Twitter, and I did say there were so many other things going on. You had the Court Street Market. I think powerboat race started that day, and so I mean, I'm with you, Sancha, because Bermuda looked good, as I said yesterday on the show. Bermuda looked good on TV, and my hope is that they can capitalize on it.
I went last year. And you were there last year.
Yeah.
Energy was amazing. It was definitely a lot more people. But the funny part this year, and no fault of BTA, because the winds were up, the best seats were the $25 seats.
Over the non-grandstand.
They had to do like the really good events on the other side because of the direction of the wind. And I'm like, we're over here in these VIP seats and we need to be sitting over there and there's $25 seats. They were the
Mm,
best seats.
mm.
So,
Well, hey, folks, sometimes, the Mother Nature decides how our days are going to be, what's quality and what's not. Good morning to you, Karen Simmons, and you have a terrific Tuesday as well. Tanya Cheeseman, good morning to you. She says, good morning, Jamel and Sancha. Traveling Trotty, good morning to you. Where are you traveling next, Trotty? Karen Simmons, well done, Maddox. And Emily Gildill asked, who won? Who's the fastest kid? Yeah, who was the fastest kid?
they had different age groups.
Mhm.
So it was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like, so it was a variety of kids that
Mhm.
won.
Okay.
In Maddox's age group, I want to say Dasani was Samuels one. He
Okay.
was. I want to give a shout out. It's a little boy Jalen. He did the 9-10 age group.
Mhm.
Does not run track and field. Came out first day in spikes
Nice.
and won. This
Nice.
little boy was so fast. Oh my goodness. So shout out to him, Jalen.
Do your things, players. Do your things. I can't run that fast. My morning jogs. That's why I call them jogs. Greetings, everyone, and thanks for making us part of your daily routine. A good one today. Um, we're gonna have another conversation. As of late, we've had challenges with guests, and you all seem to like when guests don't show up without notice, and so we have some important things to discuss. We'll save the actual discussion for later. Where we'll just speak about people's concerns with consultants. Now, you're probably going to be mad at me this morning, but consultants are not a bad thing. All right, I'll just leave it at that. I think we think consultants are bad because of government. So we'll talk about that. I'm not saying I agree with the government and their consultants and all that money that's being spent. We'll talk about it a bit later. But first, we'll talk about something else. But don't forget the daily play today. Sancha doesn't know probably, but it's Bermuda trivia this week. Sherry got it wrong yesterday, even though there was 3 answers to choose from. But we're not going.
Was that a multiple choice wrong?
It weren't multiple choice. It was just she could have said 3 different things for the right
Okay.
answer. But I'm not gonna hop on that. I'm
I
not
like
gonna.
Bermuda trivia. I'm not saying I'm good at it, but I like it.
Oh, she's not saying she's good at it. Okay, disclaimer. Folks, don't forget to subscribe on our website. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we continue to do our part to improve our community. And don't forget, we're giving away 2 remote controls for AC units that are compatible with all males and models that can either be mounted on a wall or stand alone. So there's 2 ways you can win. TDH community members, either through our YouTube channel or who've registered on our website, will automatically be entered into a draw. That draw, you'll have to watch the show, the entire show, to see if your name is called. And if your name is called, you'll have 60 seconds to type HERE hair in the comments. The second way to win, I gave you the hint yesterday. I'm just going to tell you straight up. It's on our Instagram. The Instagram post is there. You have to follow our Instagram page. When you see anything posted relating to this giveaway on our Instagram page, you have to share it, you have to like it, and you have to type HERE hair. All right, so those are the 2 ways to win. And Sancha, before we get into this morning's discussion, I think we should call a name. What do you think, Sancha?
Let's do it.
All right, let me go to the screen if I remember where it is. Give me 2 seconds and refresh. And I learned how to do something as well with the giveaway where it doesn't give you the same person. So let's see who we got. Refresh. Let's refresh and see if Shauna Bell can get to us in 60 seconds. All right. No winner. Shawnette Bell is not into his house. But guess what, folks? We're going to do multiple because we're getting close to the 25th. We'll do multiple. So we'll do another one a bit later. But Shawnette Bell missed out on her opportunity. So far, who do we have? We have Marcia, Shonda Shields. And who was yesterday? Was it Karen Simmons? Yeah, Karen Simmons. Yeah, so we have 3 people so far. And then we have a bunch of people on our Instagram page. But yeah, we'll do another one a bit later. Yeah, let's get into the discussion. So, folks, if you've been living under a rock, there was some controversy on Bermuda Twitter last night. And this is the controversy. So basically, the Bermuda Tourism page, the Bermuda Tourism page, Bermuda, put something up that said "dawn," the opposite of up. So I'm thinking, is this about Dawn Lavrock? Like, I honestly thought that was the first thing I thought. Oh, they're giving props to Dawn Lavrock, and then I'm just like, but what does the opposite of up mean? And then I read further. It says, "I'm going Dawn to the game. Are you coming?" And it hit me what people were making noise about. I'm like, oh, they mean Dawn, right? And I'm just like, I don't know if it's cultural appropriation. I don't know if that's the correct term. But what I will say is whoever approved this is the kind of stuff that gets people fired. Let's just call it what it is. This is the kind of stuff that gets people fired. This is so ridiculous. And I gave the BTA props yesterday. Sancha gave them props today. But this right here, and I know people are like, oh, it's just slang. If you're going to do slang, do it right.
Do it properly.
Do it right. Like it reminds me of like, and I'm gonna say it. It reminds me of when non-Black Bermudians, particularly in the other political party, be like, spell BYES, B-Y-E-S. I'm like, in the Black way, it's B-I-E-S, right? And again, people's like, oh, it's just slang. Nah, if you're going to slang it, do it right. Especially when you're trying to like promote something to outsiders, right? So all I'm saying with this here, right, is I don't know who approved this. It could have been a Bermudian. Someone joked and said, Bermudian private school. Well, let me say, I've got many family members that went to private school, including my sister over here.
I went to private school.
This ain't about private school, folks. This is ridiculous. And this is what happens. And Sancha, seriously, I have to say this, but this is what happens when you hire the wrong people to do jobs that they have no business doing. This is when, if this is what your marketing firm or PR firm did, then this is on you. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. So the first question of the morning, folks, how do you feel about this? Is it not a big deal? Do you feel like this is a bigger problem? Like, how do you feel about this?
Jamal, I wish you had my video that I sent you last night to play. I literally sat at my desk for about a whole 10 minutes and I was like, Dawn. Like I was talking to myself, like, and then I thought about, I was like, oh, Dawn. It must have been like a PR firm from New York, and that's what they hear, like Dawn. That's what, and it was all wrong. And then it really, and I'm like, I don't understand. Obviously, this had to pass, as you said, a Bermudian's desk, right? So who is this Bermudian that forgot that they were actually Bermudian and that they have an accent sometimes? And this is not how we say Dawn. Like, I was so, and then you know what else really upset me? Is that we're here. Spent a great weekend, and I'm trying to say all these positive things about tourism, and they did an excellent job, and they showcased Bermuda. And then this foolishness comes out on a Monday morning and takes away from everything that they did this weekend and all the money invested. And we're talking about Dawn. Like, somebody make it make sense. This is pure utter foolishness. And if I was working at the BTA, I would be so annoyed walking into work this morning after all my hard work over the weekend.
Folks ain't got no shame, and you're making money without having to earn it or deliver true results, like what they make. I mean, they don't have no shame. Oh, they'll get over it. But look, it's no different from how the government treats Bermudians, right? That's how the BTA is. It's literally, oh, they'll get over it. We're still gonna be here. Regardless of what the numbers say, regardless of how much we tell them, numbers are growing when they're not, or the more like revenue. It's a crap show. Let's go to the audience, Sencha. Sherry Vanderpool says, I was all confused when I first read it. Michelle White says it's not right. Sean DeShields says another fraudulent slip by the B. Sam Catplay says it looks stupid. Who paid that person for the foolery? Karen Simmons says, well, this is tragic. Sean DeShields says another ridiculous fraudulent slip by the BTA. BTA, he means, sorry. Michelle White says a number medium must have written it with no input. Sam Catplay says, I had an articulate English teacher, and that ain't it, Alabama. Kathy Rogers says, deep sigh. Charles H. Jefferson Saxon says, I feel it's the dawn of a new civilization. I see what you did there. So Aaron Smith says, so no one on this team is Bermudian, because that's a name. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's got to be some Dawns outside of Bermuda. Sean DeShield says, don't expect strawberries when you plant potatoes. BTA is reaping what they sow. The circus clowns on display. I just spit on myself. I'm sorry. And Misha Fabulous says, it gives me that cringy feeling like when people perform Bermudian accents. Oh, yes. And then Shikarina says, what slang would have been acceptable are more coming? Is this a series? Well, here's what I said on Twitter. And this is the look. I have no, I'm not in this fight. I'm just not. But here's my concern. My concern is that you had, I don't know if they still exist, but you had Bermemes, right? This is what Bermemes was known for. Now, I know you had the guy Smith who had that book on out years ago. But let's be honest, that was a white guy. We know who uses this slang. It's mainly Black Bermudians, right? Bermemes came along, Black Bermudians, and they were sharing our culture from the way we speak, the way we act with the globe. I don't know the ins and outs of anything, so my tweet and my comments are literally from a place of the outside. But if you wanted to be Bermemes, just hire them, because this attempt at Bermemes is a fail. And my message to the Bermuda Tourism Authority is, truthfully, when you hire the right people for the right positions, instead of the people that you like, you wouldn't have issues like this. You just won't have issues like this. And again, folks think I'm hard on the BTA. I don't think I'm hard on the BTA, personally. What I do think is that I want what's best for Bermuda and Bermudians. And this ain't it. It's not. I'm sorry, it's not. It's not it. Kenton Trot says, you better be at the spot, at your spot at the crack of dawn. If not, you'll be sitting Don by Johnny Bonds for the parade. That's it. That's it. But I don't know. Sancho's got some friends named Don. And yeah, I don't know, Sancho. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh my goodness. This one right here. I want to know if they're gonna issue us an apology.
Yeah.
I feel like they should.
Yeah.
Because it's embarrassing.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is. It is, Sancho. Like, okay, you run a business, Sancho.
Right.
Off the top of your head, what would be the equivalent of doing something like this if you hired a marketing team or a firm to market one of your businesses?
Um, what would be equivalent? I don't know. This is really bad. This tells me that you actually do not understand my brand. You don't
Hmm.
understand who we are. You don't you and it's really a thin line between how much you can actually learn about us as Bermudians, and some of it just comes from our soul, right?
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, we are a very unique bunch of people. So for someone to come to Bermuda and probably be here and sit around a dinner table, probably at Intrepid or somewhere along those lines, and talk about how Bermudians talk and think that they got it, writing notes, and
Hmm.
then come back with this, and you approve a capital D with cop match behind it with Dawn,
Mm.
they should have been just as confused. It didn't get past anyone's desk.
I think what you said summed it up. This is a person that doesn't understand the brand. If it's a Bermudian that did it,
It's not.
then what?
I would bet my last dollar. It cannot be. It can, and if it is a Bermudian that did it, they need to go back. You've obviously been overseas for a little while. You belong back there.
Yeah. I would say this: whoever's responsible at the end of the day, the buck stops with the Bermuda Tourism Authority. I would love to hear a response from the Bermuda Tourism Authority as to this. I just don't think there's an excuse for this. I think Sancho summed it up. This is obviously from someone or some people who don't understand the brand. Carla John says your Bermeem's comment was spot on. Rashida Godwin says that's just disgusting and embarrassing. Why do they have to go outside for this type of campaign? Sam Cat plays. It's Don DeRed. That's what I thought.
It's simple. It's not
Uh,
that hard.
Aaron Smith's asking, has it been pulled down? That's a good question. I don't visit their page, so I wouldn't know. Um, let us know, audience. Have they pulled it down? Because if they haven't, that just shows you how out of touch even more they are. Renee Charlene Simmons says, some things just need to be left to Bermudians. Well, yeah. Yeah. Kenton Trott says it's sad because Bermudians was known worldwide for sharing our culture. They should have been hired a long time ago. Yes, they didn't subscribe to the friends and family package. Charles H. Justice II says this wasn't just a post, there was effort put into this. That's the thing. It's not like they just like how we tweet and just put things up. This was probably scheduled. This was thought about. This had to go through some channels, folks.
So I'm on here. Oh, it's a whole campaign. Bermudian alphabet A to E. Try to add these Bermudian words to your vocabulary list. Bermuda Heritage Month. It's a series. So, A is ace boy, ace girl, someone who you are close to or someone whose name you don't know. B is boasty, something that is awesome or cool. Chingus. C, chingus, a reaction similar to wow. Dawn. The opposite of up. E, ease me up. Give me a break. Come back tomorrow for some more Bermudian words. Let's see what Bermudian words we're going to learn today.
You see my face?
So they haven't taken it down. It's the question because it's a series, A, B, C, D, E.
And this is on their Instagram stories.
This is on their Instagram stories. Yes.
Oh my word! And the fact they haven't taken it down. Before we bring Tamara McKeel in for the news break, Rosalind Famous says, "I'm just joining. This is not how we treat our most unique cultural feature, our accent." I agree. I agree. Exactly. What? So I guess the question is: here's the thing. What can we learn from the Bermudian post reflecting local slang? This is the biggest takeaway for me. I said it a few minutes ago, and I'll keep saying it. When I was in graduate school, the director of my graduate program, I've said this before, he said, you can have the best product, you can have the best pricing, marketing, promotion. But if you don't have the right people, your business is doomed to fail. That's pretty much, well, I wouldn't say Bermuda has the best product. I think we all know that, but at least get the right people and the best people. That's the challenge to me. Folks, we got to do the news break. This is crazy. This is crazy. Could you imagine Jamaica like doing something like this? Like it's laughable. It's not laughable. It's embarrassing. This is an embarrassment. But again, the reason this keeps happening, Sancha, is the big question that everyone has on a daily basis about Bermuda. Because those who are in positions like this know that all we're going to do is complain and talk, and then we move on. You know, talking to my sister Maya last night, and I said, you know what, say it, Maya. We've already almost ended the conversation about the latest fatality. And I'm so grateful for us. I said, just yesterday you were talking about the murder of Patrick Dillon. I couldn't remember it. We're a community that moves on fast. You know why? Because we are stuck to our phones, and whatever our phones tell us is of interest, that's what we go with. And we share, and it's got our interest. And we have to keep the pressure on. Yeah. And as long as this show exists, we will do just that. So after the news break, we're going to talk about those consultants. You know, those government consultants. You said $1,875 an hour? Almost $2,000 an hour for a consultant for a hotel that people don't even want open as current. Man, we're going to talk about that. Let's get the news break before I don't get to it. Stick with us. Another 60-second countdown coming up too.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Mara, how are you?
I'm doing great.
So let me ask you something. Would Yaman or Irie be considered Jamaican slang?
Yeah.
All right. So Irie, the slang is I-R-I-E, correct?
Correct.
All right. So this would be like them saying E-Y-E-R-E-E, Irie. You know what I'm saying? That you know what I'm saying? This would be like, Yaman would be what? Y-A-M-O-N or Y-A-H?
It could be like Y-A-H-M-O-N.
Yeah, they would put a U there. Put Yaman. You know what I'm saying? This is why. But chances are, Jamaica has actual Jamaicans, making a lot of the decisions, and that's why the culture isn't in jeopardy when it comes to selling the destination. I just had to say that. But anyway, but what you got for us in the news today? I'm sorry. My goodness.
But just from my knowledge, though, so how would it be spelled? The dog.
D-H-U-N, Dawn. So the way we pronounce it, Dawn. It's not Dawn.
Dawn. Can you say this for us tomorrow, Dawn?
Dawn.
Dawn. Dawn. They said Dawn.
They said Dawn, as in like what
like
you
the
wash your dishes with.
Dawn or the okay, interesting.
Yeah. So instead of the word is actually down, D-O-W-N, D-O-W-N. That's what we're saying, D-O-W-N, as in direction, down, right? But we pronounce it dawn. So how do you take D-O-W-N and switch the O with the A? Man, I'm getting heated. Calm down. It's not that serious, Jamel. We're talking consultants next. You'll save some energy for that.
Goodness me.
All right, let me go into the news. Good morning, everybody. This is the Daily Hour News Break for today, Tuesday, May 23, brought to you by the People's Pharmacy. So the Bermuda Police Service are investigating a spree of burglaries targeting a range of businesses over a 2-month period. They note that there have been 11 burglaries and 2 attempted burglaries targeting service stations, grocery stores, and jewelry and electronic outlets. And many of these incidents were broken into, or stores were broken into, between 3 a.m. and 5:30 a.m., where criminals stole a variety of things, including electronics, jewelry, cash, you name it. So they said that CCTV showed the persons ranging between 5 feet 8 inches and 6 feet inches. and they were all wearing like dark colored clothing and dark colored helmets. So anybody with information is being asked to contact the police right away.
It's always something, man. It's always something. And you know, I I don't like people stealing and thieving and stuff like that. And you ask yourself though, you ask yourself, is this a sign of the times? Is it because people can't find work? Is it because people are working and they're still struggling? You know, I heard something on the US news the other day that the majority of people who have been on financial assistance or welfare in the US were not people who didn't want to work. There are actually people who were working who could not afford to pay bills. That's interesting. So I'd like social inquiry reports as to the people who are committing these acts. Are they people who can't find work, people who don't want to work, or are they just criminals, or is it mental health? I want data and information. This is the age we're living in.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, we refer to them in Jamaica as the working poor. So you're working,
Mhm.
but you're just not able to make ends meet.
Mm,
Yeah. All right.
interesting.
In some other news, Premier David Byrd and other officials yesterday unveiled the new St. George's Grand Marina alongside the Minister of Public Works, David Birch, and MP Renee Ming. They know they have been fulfilling their 2020 platform promise. So the new super yacht marina is said to deliver increased tourism and economic opportunities for businesses in St. George.
Mm. Hey, St. George's needs some love, man. They need some love, so I'm happy to hear that. I know it was a long time in the making. I think Renee Ming, former Minister of National Security, said in the press conference that it started the work on that in 2011. It's now 12 years later. Not sure why it needs to take so long, but I'm happy it's finally come to fruition. So big props and much love to them and success.
And a reminder to everyone, there are less than 10 days left for submissions to be made on the Fairmont Southampton SDO proposal. Submissions can be made through the customer self-service portal at planning.gov.bm, and that's up until the 29th of this month.
Mm. All right, get your submissions in.
And international reggae artist, Jamaican singer Egyptian, will be performing in a free community concert called the Serious Times this Thursday, May 25th, at the Baileys Bay Cricket Field from 7 p.m. to 12 a.m. The organizers say that they're hoping this will be an annual pre-Bermuda Day event. And the Serious Times concert will also feature some of Bermuda's talented artists and DJs. So while the event is free, though, they're asking everyone who can to bring at least 2 non-perishable dry or canned items. And the Eliza Doolittle organization van will be there to collect them. And the items will be given to less fortunate Bermudians.
All righty. Nothing like a good Egyptian concert.
I'm
I
going.
know.
Oh,
I
you
mean,
guys, I was gonna say you heading there.
listen, Maddox and I may have a date.
All right, do your thing. Do your thing. It's for a good cause. Night before a holiday, always a good time.
I mean, it's very props to them that they're able to afford to put on a free concert,
Yeah, indeed.
but especially artist of that level.
Hmm.
So yeah, I definitely will support.
Yeah, indeed.
Nice. And speaking of holiday, into some regional news. Today is actually holiday in Jamaica. It's Labor Day here. So people are gonna be out soon, just working, cleaning up. But there have been boycotts in the news for Jamaicans to boycott Labor Day because of the recent massive salary hike given to the politicians on the island. However, the Prime Minister last night made a very important announcement at a press conference following public outcry that he's going to give up his massive salary increase that would have seen his pay go up to $28.6 million. Instead, he says he will remain at his current salary of roughly $9 million. So that's
Mhm.
some major news there. And that's, of course, following public outcry.
And what's that in US dollar?
I had given the figure the other day, but
Like two
I
hundred
need to
thousand,
I
or
need to
just
check
under
back
200?
I need to check back the figures. I'll tell you in 2 minutes.
All right,
Well,
cool,
less
cool.
than a minute, I should say. Thursday. While I'm wrapping up the local news, there is, while I'm wrapping up, I mean regional news. Unfortunately, in Guyana, there continues to be recovery efforts. Well, at this time, it's cleanup efforts. I'm not sure if you guys heard about this major fire that took place in Guyana, where unfortunately 19 people were killed. Initially, they had said it was about 20, but then they said that one of the students resuscitated. So it's actually 19 students at a boarding school in Guyana, and it's very, very unfortunate.
Wow, very sad. Yeah. How's the weather looking?
All right, in the weather today in Bermuda, you're going to be having overcast periods of rain or showers, slight chance of thunder, and it's going to be a high near 23 degrees Celsius or 74 degrees Fahrenheit. And here in Jamaica, it's currently bright and sunny. Yeah.
All right.
The weather, I looked at the weather yesterday. We are expecting rain for days. And we need to sort this out because Friday, it's been a lot of preparation going into Friday. So we need some wind to come through and push these clouds away so we can have a beautiful day on Friday.
Santa has a prayer to you, Mother Nature. Santa, what day of the year is it? Give it to us.
Today is World Turtle Day.
Santa, can I cut you quickly?
Yes.
Just a quick pause, sorry. So Jamil was asking about the figure. It's actually $180,000 US.
Got it. 180.
Yeah.
Okay. Still less than Bermuda's premier. Interesting.
Yeah. And that was a new figure?
Or 180,000 US is less than Bermuda's premier?
Yeah, he makes 204,000, I believe.
Oh, yeah, that was actually the new figure. Y'all are rich in Bermuda.
No. Some people just take out of an empty cookie jar. What you got for this here, Essential?
World Turtle Day. Get in touch with the Tortoise Rescue and see what you can do to protect and preserve the wonderful turtles and tortoises in the world. Turtles are a type of reptile that exist in many environments throughout the world and have found their way into our heart. World Turtle Day celebrates these noble reptiles and their place in the world and encourages people to take action to help protect them, both the common pet turtle and the ever endangered sea turtle. So World Turtle Day. Do you like turtles, Jamal?
I went to a place called Loggerhead Marine Life where they rescue turtles here in Palm Beach County. And it was so sad because it's a turtle hospital, right? And there was so many turtles. Last time I went, there were no turtles last year. This year's all sorts of turtles. And it was one turtle, they were trying to feed it, and it didn't have a flipper on the right one. And it really, like, it couldn't move and it wouldn't eat. It was like so depressing. And I say that because, man, we really, everything that we do, like, you know, as far as littering and waste that goes into the ocean, like, think about if people were legit coming to our homes and putting up things that made it hard for us to live and go about our lives. It's hampering them. People speeding in zones they shouldn't be speeding in. It's rough. So I actually got a soft spot for turtles last week.
Okay. Very timely.
Yeah, very timely. Tamara, thank you so much. We'll see you soon. Let's do another 60-second countdown before we go to break, and then we'll come back. See you later. We'll come back and we'll discuss the consultants. 60-second countdown. Let's check it out. Who is the second person? So Shauna Bell lost out. Oh, there we go. We've got another name. 60 seconds. 60 seconds for Pamela Wade to respond here. We have here in his house, so you will get yourself a voucher and the opportunity to win the major prize when we do the draw live here on who's on with me on it? It's Larry. Okay, then Larry and I are here on Thursday, so congratulations We're going to take a quick break. We're going to talk about the consultants. We want to know how you feel about the consultants when we come back, folks. So don't go anywhere. Stick with us. It's consultant chat after this. These consultants, I tell you.
Get ahead of the summer heat with BAC's pre-summer sale on air conditioners. For a limited time only, you can enjoy a 15% discount on Lortec and Cooper and Hunter AC mini-split AC units, two of the most trusted brands in the industry. Plus, with financing options available, you can make your purchase even more affordable. But don't delay, this offer is only valid through May 31st or while supplies last. Whether you're looking to upgrade your home or office AC units, BAC has got you covered. Stay cool and comfortable this summer with BAC.
People's ACW, located at King Edward VII Memorial Hospital, carries over-the-counter medicines, toys, cards, and even toiletries. Our knowledgeable staff are there whether you're at emergency, visiting family, or a member of BHB staff, to show you our best even when you're feeling your worst. People's ACW, we're here for you.
Welcome to the new bulk store, Lindo's Next Level.
Mom's celebrating her 70th birthday next month. Have you noticed her age is catching up with her?
Yeah. Plus, she's having a hard time getting up and around like she's used to. I would sure hate to see her fall.
At Medical House Limited, we can help make life situations easier. We have electric beds, motorized scooters, bath stools, walkers, you name it.
Mom's been real good to us. We'll get her birthday and Christmas gifts from Medical House.
Medical House has relocated next to the Dandytown Field, number 6 Bakery Lane, Pembroke. Telephone 292-3622.
Alrighty, welcome back to the big show, Sancho Durham. I'm Jamel Hartman. It's the Daily Hour brought to you by the BAC Group of Companies, Medical House, Lindo's, and People's Pharmacy. Folks, don't forget to subscribe on our website. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. Let's just jump right into it. What concerns you most about government consultants? What concerns you most about government consultants? I'm just going to say, well, for those who don't know, I'm just going to read from the Royal Gazette. It was titled, 2 PLP MPs paid for government work on top of official salaries. The article goes on to say backbench Anthea Simmons Wade, the widow of former PLP leader Frederick Wade, earned $60,000 for her work with the Office of the Public Guardian between April 2022 and March this year. My only question with this, I have no problem with a consultant doing this. You may feel a different, audience, and Sanchi, you may feel different. If you notice how I think, you'll always remember this when what I say. I don't care about a consultant being paid $60,000. What I care about are the results we're getting for the $60,000. So I would ask, okay, so for this $60,000, what did we receive? Where's the value for the taxpayer? That's my issue with that. Okay, let's move on. The salary came on top of Ms. Simmons Wade's income as an MP of $56,023 per year. All right. Derek Burgess, Deputy Speaker of the House of Assembly, was paid more than $1,000 per month between April and December last year for chairing the Cost of Living Commission. As Deputy Speaker, Mr. Burgess is paid $69,308 annually. All right, so there's another one. This one, very interesting. Lawyer Myron Simmons, the husband of Kathy Lynn Simmons, the Attorney General, is also on the government's payroll, earning $13,721.96 a month as a legal consultant. Did you hear me? He's earning nearly $14,000 a month as a legal consultant. David Bright, the Premier of Bermuda, who released the information in the House of Assembly in response to the OBA, according to the Royal Gazette, hit back, accusing the opposition of clutching at straws to stir controversy. He revealed that the government had appointed 70 consultants since January 2022. The article goes on to say big earners include a strategic advisor for Southampton Princess, the Fremont Southampton Hotel, who, according to Mr. Burt, was paid $1,875 per hour between January and April this year. A total figure paid was not given. There were other positions, $95,000 a year for a Washington office representative. A teacher's training officer was paid $4,823.96. And it goes on. It goes on. There's a lot, and you can read it on the Royal Gazette. Again, the question of the morning is, what concerns you most about government consultants? I have a lot to add, but Sancha, I just know you want in on this.
No, right. I'm going to let you go, but I just want to say we are in no position for any consultant to be earning $1,875 per hour for anything. I don't care what you're consulting on. We are not in that position. And yeah, I mean, I'm going to let you go. I have so much to say, but go ahead.
Well, I mean, see, I think we differ there, because I honestly don't, I wouldn't say I have an issue with the amount being paid. I don't. I'm going to be honest with you. And if you show me what value I'm getting for it, that's where I may differ. If you show me the value, so for instance, why do we need a legal consultant at nearly $14,000 per month? What value are we getting for that? That's what concerns me. I think we often bring up price, and which is important, because as I said to the Minister of Culture, Youth, Sport, and all those other names he's got, Owen Darrow, last week, I mean, the government's broke.
But I mean, Jamal, we're talking about $1,875 for a consultant that is advising on Southampton Princess, that we still can't come to a decision. And we're out here like, is this the best, deal for our country? So I understand, if we came out of it spending that money and it was like, this is a great deal for Bermuda, sign on the dotted line, let's get this going. Our hotel is going to be opened up for next season, then okay. But you're talking almost $2,000 an hour and we are nowhere. Where are we? So I'm not okay with that. And then the other one, if we're talking about when you said, results, the other one, was it the school? Sorry, I'm reading through it quickly. The school reform, it's like, okay, but where are we? We spent all this money consulting on these issues that we are not happy. First, you should probably consult your people and see how they feel. And then once you have a feel for in the direction that we feel as if we should go, then bring the consultants in. Yeah. And let's make it make sense. But you're going out there, you're getting these consultants. My biggest problem with any of this is the transparency. The fact that these people can be hired without, and it's almost as if, we found a loophole in this system and we're taking advantage of it to benefit our friends and family. Now, yes, we can pull out of a hat, these are the names that are friends and family. Let's see a full list. What percentage is friends and family? Because I'm not totally against hiring friends and family if they are the best person suited for the job. So if you say to me, okay, we're hiring friends and family, I'm not against it. If they're good for it, and then it's 25% of the people that are friends and family and the other 75% are actually consultants outside of our circle, I'm okay with it. But be transparent about it. These are not turning to actual roles because you can pay higher, you can choose whoever you want, and you don't have to be held accountable for it. And this is why we're labeling it consultant.
I think, and this is the problem with politics. So we go back, let's use the OBA. I'm going to go to the OBA to now. David Dodwell became the chairman of the BTA. That's friends and family. People say, oh, well, he had hotel experience. He owned a hotel. Bro, you were a UBP MP. The people voted you out. You were a tourism minister. You got that position because of that. Let's be there. And then you appoint a guy to the CEO position that was not qualified. Friends and family of CEO of the BTA. That's friends and family. I'll just give you those two examples as how it happens on both sides. Now, PLP get in power and they go overboard with it. Again, chairman.
Trendy out of it.
A chairman, a guy who has no business. Oh, because you were a junior minister of tourism. Or you don't know nothing about tourism, right? You're the chairman. A CEO now, currently. She's an HR lady. She does not have the marketing expertise or destination marketing understanding, but that's where we are. These are problems, and I'm using tourism as the example because it's easy for me. But this is why we're where we are, because everyone points fingers. David Burt's not wrong in what he said. When I just repeat it, it's what he say. Clutching at straws to stir controversy. Well, both sides do it. But I think the concern is, as many people have put it, is Carla Jones says it right here. It's my concerns are lack of transparency around expertise, hiring, and compensation. I think that's a concern.
But I also think that we get in this space where, and this is one of my issues with the premier, we downplay it. It's almost like we're not allowed to have these questions.
Mm-hmm.
We're not allowed to. We're grasping at straws. I don't think that's grasping at straws. I think we actually are in a space where, as a whole, we do not have money. We, as you say, our government is broke.
Yeah.
We want to know where our money is going. Like, where is it being allotted? And if you cannot hire people in these positions, why can't we hire people in these positions?
Mm-hmm. But you know what gets me, Sandra? We know the government's broke, right? David Burt and others got people out marching against an airport that was apparently given away for 30 years. And they said, your children are not going to have an airport, right? Remember that. Meanwhile, many of the people who marched with David Burt in support were struggling, the majority. He's literally taking care of who takes care of him. Money and funds, we don't have much. Bermuda's future economically without IB is bleak. So if anything, the airport isn't of great concern to your children and grandchildren. The economy is. But yet you all literally, and I'm saying you all Bermudians, don't do anything. And you all say, well, what are you doing? Man, I've been in these streets.
Well, let me add another layer to this. Because when we had that inside PLP election the other day, why do you think that we are not going to have any sort of change of power within the PLP if everyone is friends and families that are getting huge salaries? Like, I'm not going to vote them out either.
And that brings me to the tweet that was made by Dwayne Robinson. Dwayne Robinson is a former senator of the One Bermuda Alliance. And Dwayne Robinson tweeted, and this is something, again, I know it, we know it. He said, the unlisted ones who pose as activists, neutral commentators, and concerned citizens are the ones who need to be revealed, as their goal is to reframe and distract real conversation in favor of the status quo, often dogpiling alternate thought under the guise of concern. Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of them on Twitter. There's a lot of people, they act neutral. They act like they're down for the cause, social justice, and many things, right? They act like they're fighting for the people. Man, you better ask somebody, go check their accounts. You better ask somebody, see what meetings they've been in. That's what, look, you all can say what you want. I'm angry, right? I'm black. I'm a dark black man too. I've been called angry all my life. That don't mean nothing to me. You can say I'm aggressive. Again, I'm black man. I'm a black man. It's okay for me. But one thing you can never say, I'm a sellout. You can't say I'm a liar. I don't think I defame anyone. We value what we value is so crazy. We speak about Donald Trump, former president of the U.S., and his followers, and we don't even realize that we have those same people among us. We can have certain people in Bermuda literally violate others, be it women, children, and we'll protect them. We'll protect them because of our politics, because of our religion, because family and friends, whatever. We have a sick society. And we don't like to be told that. We legit vote people in. Vote people in because they speak well, not because they do well. We vote people in because they speak loudly, not because they say anything effectively or do anything effective. Let's go back to the comments. What concerns you most about the government consultants? Misha Fabler says, concern is value for money. What's the deliverables? Charles H. Jeff II said, only 2 MPs. Were all of the consultants the best people for these roles? That's a question. Murray Simon says, my concern is the contracts completely skipped any financial control. The head of civil service shouldn't have that much authority. Agreed. No performance tracking whatsoever. That's one of my concerns.
Yeah.
Larry Scott says, but this conduct has become the norm because someone else did it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Karen Simmons says consultants not being held accountable or responsible for ensuring results. I'd like to know what their goals are. Larry Scott says the principle is wrong, period. Do with transparency and not by a regulatory device, and detail the performance of these people, what we are getting in return, and are they the best candidate? We don't care about what's the best or who's the best, do we, Sandra?
Yeah. No, we don't.
I think we think the best is people who speak well, sound well, right? We think the best is people who wear expensive suits that the constituents probably can't
I
afford.
don't even think it's down to that anymore. I think right now it's like, I'm gonna do you a favor, do me a favor. This is what we're getting into. I don't think it's about anyone who speaks well. We're not even out there looking for the best talent.
No,
at this point.
we're
Like,
not.
we're not. Right now, it's like, okay, this suits me and works well for me, and I can benefit from this, so let me hire this person.
Yeah. I want to say something too, because Sir John was on last week and he spoke about not having the best people in politics because IB, the business sector won't allow their people to be in politics. I think it's even deeper than that. I think, and I can't blame anyone who doesn't want to get into politics because you're living a good life and you have to deal with these kind of people like that. Really, you're going to have to debate people that probably you haven't spoken to people on that level since you were in elementary school. I get it. Do you want to risk your sanity for that? But I would always say, think bigger. Think bigger. Think about your family and your the ancestral line, the people coming after you. We have to get the best people into the positions, decision-making positions. We need the best people in the rooms. I don't know how we can inspire you and encourage you to find a way into the public space to give back, but your country needs you. This is the service we should be pushing. We need the best. If not, it's not an airport that our children and grandchildren and their children and grandchildren are gonna have to worry about. It's Bermuda, the island, the beautiful country that you were raised in, that your ancestors put work in to make it go. Bermuda needs Bermudians on every level. Let's do another 60 seconds countdown, and then we'll do the daily play. Let's pick another name. Let's see who we got. So who we did earlier? Who won it earlier? Pam Wade. So let's see who we've got, folks. Let's go over it again. And don't forget, the Instagram post is up. The Instagram post is up. All right. You've got 60 seconds to respond for a chance to win. Michelle White.
She's here.
All right, we have a here. So Michelle White, you're the latest. You will get a little something, and we will have your name in the draw on Thursday. Folks, do not go anywhere. We're going to take our final break. We'll be back after this short message to wrap it up. Stick with us and the Daily Play. Bermuda Trivia. How well do you know Bermuda Day?
Hi, welcome to ER Fisheries. I'm Jalen Steed, store manager and trained chef, and I'm here to help you with all of your food needs. Let's talk about why you should come and check out ER Fisheries. We offer the widest range of specialty meats and seafood items at a price point that will absolutely fit your budget. As a chef, I'm able to answer all of your food questions, help you come up with meal ideas, and generally guide you in the right direction. You'll get a custom shopping experience unlike any other food store in Bermuda, where we'll cater to your needs and provide you with excellent customer service. Where else can you get quality cooking advice and quality products? I look forward to helping you with all your meal ideas.
All right, welcome back. Thanks again to the BAC group of companies, Mediquels, Lindos, and People's Pharmacy for ensuring we're able to do this. Folks, don't forget, we are doing the giveaway for the 2 remote units, but also, seriously, it's about to get real hot this summer, about that global warming and stuff, climate change. So take advantage of the 15% off the Loratec and Cooper and Hunter AC units. Join BAC's pre-summer sale. Financing is available. Offer is good through May 31st, or while supplies last. So go check that out. If you haven't already, please give us a thumbs up, a love, a like on whichever platform you're tuned in on, be it Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. You can like and retweet it, I think it's called. And follow us on Instagram if you have Instagram. Also, we are on LinkedIn. We discuss a lot of business on there, so you can connect with us on LinkedIn as well. It is time for the Daily Play, brought to you by Bermuda Trivia, now available at stores throughout Bermuda. Follow Bermuda Trivia on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok to find out why it's Bermuda's favorite trivia game. Sancha, are you ready?
I am ready.
She's ready. All right. It's Bermuda Day this week. This is easy. I didn't even know this was the question. Oh, my goodness. You're going to get this easy. You were a majorette. You're going to get this. All right. Folks, she's not going to give you a chance unless she's going to play with me. What popular dance group had the initials DCR? What was that? I can't hear you, Sancha.
Dynamic City Rockets.
That was it, man. Yeah, they did that thing with the arm up or something like that.
I remember when I was a majorette, we used to see them, and I used to thank God that I didn't have to do that whole, like, that's a workout. Like, they had that very specific march.
Oh, yeah. They did it. They did it. They were my favorite troop for various reasons. Dynamic City Rockets. Yeah, she did not give you a chance. All right, let's get through it. Final thoughts on today's show, Sanch.
Oh, goodness me. I'm looking forward to the rest of this series from the Bermuda Tourism. I feel like hopefully they go back to the drawing board to vet all of the rest of the letters of the alphabet to make sure they're correct. I mean, I don't even know why we're doing it to begin with, but anyway, it's one of those things. I don't know how many times I have to say it. Having the right people in the room is important. And this one right here, you hired. I'm just going to put it out there. I don't know if I'm correct, but I feel as if you hired a PR firm and you just let them do whatever, and common sense left the building. We need to do better, especially if you are spending money on these amazing events. You flew amazing people into Bermuda. They had an amazing week. They were here, like a lot of them were here for like a week, and they were posting, and we got our value out of it. And then we're going to overshadow this with Dawn. Thanks, guys. Thanks. And as far as, with consultancies, I am okay, as you say, with us hiring consultants. But when we're hiring consultants and paying them the amount of money that we are paying, and we still aren't seeing the results, and we're here fussing and fighting and can't come to an agreement over Southampton Princess, we aren't happy with the proposed school system that's coming about. Like, these people are being paid a lot of money. And there has to be more transparency. The fact that they can hire whoever they want without telling anyone, and it's just thrown out there. We can pay them this amount of money, no one has to know. I'm not okay with that. That something has to change.
Yeah. I just want to say this regarding Bermuda Tourism. There are people in that organization that I know deep down love Bermuda, and they want what's best for Bermuda. The challenge is not everyone else does, and some of the people who don't want, maybe aren't in that space, are the ones probably making decisions. I'm heavily critical of Bermuda Tourism, not because I dislike the organization. Well, not just because I dislike the organization, but also because I really love Bermuda. I want Bermudians to benefit from a better marketing organization. It's the least the island deserves. Also, your best assets, your people. Work with Bermudians. Work with Bermudians. They'll take you far. As far as consultants, as I stated, Sandra, the way forward for me with consultants is be transparent and show the deliverables. Show the deliverables. I think that's the way to do it. I think every Bermudian has a right to be concerned. What can we learn from it? We need to learn that we need to do more than go on social media and make statements and ask questions. I'm going to say this, and I say this with respect. It's not a threat. The same way your politicians come knocking on your doors for an election, you need to be knocking on theirs when you have concerns. Sanji, you've got some daily inspiration for us?
I do. The daily inspiration is brought to you by ER Fisheries. Leadership is about empathy. It is about having the ability to relate to and connect with people for the purpose of inspiring and empowering their lives. And that is Oprah Winfrey.
I love that. Thank you so much for that. Folks, please, if you haven't already, give us a thumbs up, a love, a like if you appreciated today's conversation. And don't forget to subscribe on our website. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. Thanks again to our partners, the BAC Group of Companies, Medical Lindos, and People's Pharmacy, for ensuring that we're able to do this with you on a daily basis. As always, we appreciate you, we love you, and we thank you for making us part of your daily routine. If all goes well, we'll be back to do this again with you tomorrow. She's Sancha Durham. I'm Jamal Hartman. Please do make it a safe and a great day. Bro.